call Kanwaljit Singh Bakshi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me a chance to speak in this bill, Birth, Death, Marriages and Relationship Registration Preventing Name Changes by Child Sex Offenders Amendment Bill 2015 in name of Dr. Jian Yang. First of all, I would like to congratulate Dr. Jian Yang, promoter of this bill, for bringing up this very important legislation to this House. And I think this is according to what this government has been doing for the last 7 years to make our community safe. Mr. Speaker, this bill, as Dr. Jian Yang said in his speech and in his press release, that this bill was to protect children from the child sex offenders and keep them safe in our communities. Mr. Speaker, you will remember that a little while ago, there was an incident where a teacher who changed his name and changed not once but few times and went into the teaching profession, and he was again doing some kind of offense and he was arrested. And that is why we need to have a register where we can see that anybody who is being convicted of child sex offense should not be into this profession. And police vetting is very important in this. That's why we have got this provision where every teacher goes through the vetting process, and anybody who is related into any profession which relates to children should go through the vetting. And Mr. Speaker, this bill is part of what the government has been doing from time to time. The purpose of the bill is to amend the Birth, Death, Marriage and Relationship Registration under Act 1995 to prevent convicted child sex offenders from legally changing their name. Mr. Speaker, in this bill, the main provision is to amend Section 21A and 21B of the Act, which provides for the right for an eligible person to register a name change and the procedure for doing so. What Dr. Jian Yang is proposing, that whosoever is convicted for a relevant offense should not be allowed to change name, so that he should not get into that profession which is related to any child or any school, so that we can protect them. Vulnerables are to be protected, and I think this bill will do the right thing. Talking about what the previous speaker from the Labour Party just mentioned, that this bill is irrelevant or won't do anything. But I would like to remind him, today, one of his colleagues, Stuart Nash, asked the Minister of Police, Honourable Michael Woodhouse, about what's happening with the sex offending in this country. And Minister very rightly quoted that, and the question was, is it acceptable? And Minister said, it is not at all acceptable. We are working hard to ensure that this community is safe. We want to. Yes, we are doing. That's what he was trying to tell, and you were not trying to listen, and your colleagues were not trying to listen to what he was trying to tell. Mr. Speaker, it is very important that something should be done, and I commend Dr. It is very useful. Let it happen. You will see what is going to happen out of it. Before even it's happening, you are discarding this legislation. I think this is irrelevant, and this is totally irony to what this government is trying to do, and they are trying to stop us. And I would like to once again congratulate Dr. Jian Yang for bringing this bill to the House, and I commend this bill. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker.